This is a training session regarding printing purchase orders. Once the purchase orders are entered into the system, they can be generated to be sent to the vendor. There are two methods of printing purchase orders. First, we can select Enter Purchase Orders from the Purchase Order menu, highlight the desired purchase order, and click the Generate POs button. The system will then allow us to indicate whether we want to print the highlighted purchase order or set up a limit screen for printing multiple purchase orders. Also, when we are editing the purchase order, there is a button to print the purchase order that we are currently working on. If we select to print just the current purchase order, the purchase order will appear in the print previewer, ready to be printed or emailed to the vendor. If we wish to set limits for printing multiple purchase orders, we either click the button on the Browse screen, or we go to the purchase order icon and select the Generate Purchase Orders option. Using this window, we can print just a selected range of purchase orders if we choose by checking the Select Purchase Order Numbers box, then providing a range of PO numbers to be printed. Normally, we don't select a range of POs. We do, however, wish to look at the print condition. In most cases, when we go to print our purchase orders, we want the system to print only purchase orders which have not yet been printed. In other words, when we have entered in 3 or 4 new purchase orders, and we would like to print the purchase orders now. During the printing of purchase orders, the system can flag the purchase orders as having been printed. The checkbox at the bottom indicates whether or not we want to flag the purchase orders as having been printed. Usually we want to check this box. We can then safely print just the purchase orders that have been entered and not printed by clicking on the top button, Unprinted Purchase Orders Only. Optionally, we could print purchase orders that have been printed, which would give us a long list of purchase orders, or we could select to print all purchase orders. The next box allows us to have the system automatically number purchase orders as it prints them. It can assign purchase order numbers to any purchase order, whether or not we specified a purchase order number during the purchase order entry. If we want the system to assign purchase order numbers regardless of whether we entered one earlier, then we would select the button entitled Assign Numbers to All Purchase Orders, replacing the previous number. Another option is to have the system only assign purchase order numbers if we didn't enter a purchase order number when we were entering the PO. The third button is to be used when we do not wish for the system to automatically assign numbers on any purchase orders as it prints. If we wish the system to assign purchase order numbers, we should supply the beginning purchase order number. This number would be found on the first pre-printed purchase order we have in our printer. We also have a button that we can click to print a dummy purchase order. This shows us on the printed page how the printed purchase order will look, so we can align our paper properly. We can then click on the Print button, and the system will print the purchase orders according to the limits that we've set. Once again, we can view, print, or email these purchase orders from the Print Previewer screen. This ends this session on printing purchase orders.